Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here, and I hope you're all well. And you join me today in, yes, the Draken. Oh, we have a Draken. Oh, yes, I have a Draken. Yeah, I'm kind of in love with it very much, straight away, unsurprisingly. This plane is a real hit or miss plane. It's very cool. I've got to say, I do enjoy it. It can bring you some really interesting games, but it has got a very limited capacity in its environment. And the reason I say that is because you have such a low amount of MG rounds. You've got such a low amount of cannon rounds. Your Aiken cannons, only carry, I think it's like 100 shots or something ridiculously low like that. So you have to be really sparing with them. The other problem as well is they're located out here on the wings. So you can see them out here, way out here on the wings. Now, that's not a huge problem because a lot of World War II planes had that. But it is when you're flying jets, because they're generally pretty central of mass. So you can't really head on things in this plane. You've got to get those guns on target, and you've got to really approach your target in a way that you can actually strafe them as well. Now, one of the things the Draken has got is a fantastic radar system. The Draken's radar is just glorious, and you can see here I've got a contact. And I can see something out there, something way off in the distance. There we go, 21 kilometers away. We've got a contact with its vector. 80 meters per second. It's traveling very fast, so it's probably a Phantom or something like that. It is a very fast jet, and it's, we caught it at, 20 odd kilometers away. We've got the sun behind us as well, so we've got a bit of an advantage here. We've locked onto him, and now we're going full throttle. This thing is bloody fast. It's not quite as fast as the Phantoms, and I don't know, it does feel a little bit slow compared to what it should be. Anyway, we've got a Phantom here, we've got it targeted. We're going to switch our missile targeting on as well and get it locked on. He knows that we're going to have missiles, and he's trying to break away. He's going to use the speed to his advantage. Our missiles, though, are relatively good. Going supersonic, we've got a perfect lock here. Fox away, and he doesn't pull out in time, and gets blown up by the burst. So he tries to break, but not quick enough. So first kill, over and done with. This match went very quickly, by the way. This is top-tier jet combat, ladies and gentlemen. It is fast and bloody furious. So, we've got another contact on our radar. We've just lost contact with it momentarily. We can see it there. F100, I think it is, off the top of my head. I'm going to pull out a little bit, and we're going to come down, and I'll actually put... come down, and we get machine gun kill, as it was trying to kill another plane. So, machine gun kill, and a rocket kill. And that's literally it. You can see this match lasted 5 minutes, and that was it. That was the whole match. And that's pretty much it from there. I was going for a hunt for the last guy, and I think he was going to land or something like that. I think I got a ping on my radar, but anyway, that's it really. This is top tier jet combat, and it's just so quick to be done. It's just so one and done. The matches literally last a couple of seconds, and that's it. You're done for. The Draken is fantastic at losing speed and energy. This thing turns like a bloody PO2. Turns like a swordfish. It's ridiculous the things that this plane can do. But it comes at a cost. You bleed energy like nothing else. The Delta Wing is great, but it does lose energy super quick. The radar is its biggest strength. Its biggest weakness is probably its inability to really get speed, and its inability to sort of carry energy through the turns. But you can use that to your advantage, because if somebody tries to get in a turn fight with you, you'll outturn them instantly and get them down quickly. So we're going to go down and take a couple of AA defences out of their airport there, and you can just see as we go down just gaining speed hand over fist. This thing will reach Mark 1.5, 1.5. I've managed to get it to hit out at. But it does struggle, and you can see here the shocking accuracy of those cannons. They've got such a wide dispersion to them, they're very hard to use. Anyway, that's it really, so that's the video over and done. We're just going to switch to the free camera here, just have a little look at the Draken. As I said, it's a glorious looking plane. It is absolutely fantastic looking. You have got 4 missiles on it, however they're the AIM-9B equivalents, which means that they've got a very low G-lock. They've got a 10G turning lock to them, so they're not that good. This plane is really good in a hit and run situation. It's very good for quickly hunting down a target, getting that target very quickly, taking them out. The missiles aren't useless, and you can multi-lock with this thing. You can lock onto multiple targets, fire the missiles, and you just fire and forget. That's it. They're fired and away. Just head back to the hangar quickly, and we'll just look at those missiles. As I say, this plane it's good, but it's bad. It's just I don't know. I like it a lot. I do like it. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, but it is yeah. It just seems a little bit lacking in true pace. It just doesn't seem to be handling like its true potential should. I also do love the little gear here at the back for just takeoff. It is just fantastic. So we'll just go to modifications. As you can see, I've got a lot of modifications already, which is handy. So the missiles we have are the the RB-24x4, and as I say, they're effectively an AIM-9B, I think, Sidewinder, 4km lock-on range, 1,000 meters per second. They're pretty fast, 10G lock though, so they do have a bit of an issue. They've got a fairly decent explosive mass to them, and they will take out targets quite well in a distance. You do also have the option of taking rocket pods onto your plane. You can take quite a few of the rocket pods with you if you do choose to, which is kind of fun because they do look very, very cool. And they do just look like fuel pods, basically. This thing had about 12 minutes of fuel as well, so it is literally just like bang, bang, you're done. But within 12 minutes, the match is going to be over. You're going to have won or lost. The games in this thing have been very much sort of 1 or 2 kills or death. It's pretty much a constant. My crew they're not aced, or they're not even, you know, I haven't upgraded to expert because I don't have a million lines, and I'm not buying lots of golden eagles to do that, but my crew is pretty much maxed at this stage in everything other than number of experienced gunners, so they're pretty damn good. It's a pretty damn good crew, and you do G-lock quite a lot. The G-suit is pretty much needed. It does help a bit, but it's not great. You still black out quite a lot. And as I said, this thing, we'll just quickly take it for a test flight before we do anything, before we go on, because I'll just show you just the sheer performance of this thing is ridiculous. I feel kind of bad for only having a 5-minute replay of it. Also, the cabin is just gorgeous. You've got the actual radar in there that works, which is just so very cool. And of course you have got the new system where you can change your radar using the dial, so you can change the radar modes on there as well. I found having it at a 30km distance with a slightly narrower scope works very well. Just get back in the cockpit as the canopy closes. It's also got these beautiful mirrors around it. It's very well made, as you would expect. Scandinavian, Swedish, always well made. Really good field of view though. It is very, very cool, and we're already doing 200 odd miles per hour right now, so we better get off in the air. Landing gear goes up, and we will quickly go and hunt down this MiG-15. And as I say, the actual radar on this thing is just glorious. It just locks on so easily, and you can lock on for, you can actually extend it to 90 kilometers, I think it is. I think that's the longest longest range. But just what I mean with the guns, if we look here, you can just see the guns have that real dispersion to them. I've not upgraded the guns yet, but they're pretty poor, and you've only got 2 of them. So they do hit like bricks when they do hit, but they aren't that great. What am I doing? Search radar. 5. No. 4. No. 90 kilometers, yeah. Yeah, ridiculous. 90 kilometers. There's not even a 90 kilometer map in game, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this thing is just glorious, and we'll get up to decent speed as well. Let's get up to, let's break the sound barrier quickly, and just quickly perform a, not a Cobra, but we'll just quickly dart up at, you know, the speed of sound. And I'll just show you just the sheer amount of energy you will lose in this plane when you do sort of things like that. So we'll go up. The mouse can't even keep up with it, and we'll go over 12G, 11G, 9G. We're already done. We've done a full turn there, and we've lost about 400 miles per hour, 300 miles per hour. We'll get it back quickly though. But again, you have to be very careful. You also have to be very careful not to rip the wings, because you can easily do that. And as I say, like, just the turning of this thing, it just turns on a dime. Especially if you put out, you know, air brakes, it just turns even more. But you do lose speed, and if you lose speed too much, you will just drop out the air like a stone. And that's another problem with this plane. Being a delta wing, it doesn't have a huge amount of lift, so you have to be very careful, because you can just drop out of the air with this thing if you get too slow. If you really lose that speed, the stalling speed of this thing is not that great. So if we drop down to below 200, you'll see that we're just really going to struggle, and the plane is just sort of plummeting to the ground relatively quickly, and it will go down pretty quickly. But if you've got the engine still, you can of course fire it back up, and this thing has got ridiculous thrust, but you can manage to get out of a stall in that situation just about. But yeah, it's pretty damn close and pretty damn scary. It's a fun plane to play with for sure, and it is just glorious. I've just got to say, it is glorious. It has brought me some serious joy over the last few days playing this thing, because it is just absolutely batshit insane. Of course, to actually do proper manoeuvres and things like that, you do need to go to proper controls, so full realistic, and you can see it's a bit hard in full realistic. You really do start to struggle, and this thing is not an easy plane to fly, and you will very quickly go into a spin. It's quite useful though, because you can sort of spin out and then switch back to mouse aim and manage to get your plane back into a situation where you can recover and avoid things coming at you. But you have to get into certain situations to get it. It's a really weird plane to fly, and as you can see, we've pretty much absolutely screwed ourselves here in a flat spin, and we're not going to gain any speed here. We are just plummeting like a rock, and down we go. But yeah, at high altitudes you can really play around with this plane and do some interesting stuff. It's just such a different plane to fly. It's not like anything else in game for sure. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I will do probably a bit more of a history on this plane at some stage. Actually go a bit more in depth and stuff like that. For the moment though, this is just a bit of a show off, because I love this thing. It's so much fun. It's so silly. It's awesome. Alright guys, till next time, this is me, Carl Screwzilla. Out. Bye bye.